The car turbocharger can increase engine power, but it is not without its drawbacks. If you have one installed in your vehicle, you should be aware of the symptoms of a bad or failing turbocharger so that you can address issues before they worsen. In this short video, we will dive deeply into the symptoms of a faulty turbo. We also tell you whether it's safe to drive with a blown turbocharger and show you how much it might cost to replace it. It's the Car Problems YouTube channel. Subscribe and let's get started. Power reduction. The turbocharger's primary function is to provide power to the engine. When the turbocharger begins to fail, power and acceleration will suffer. You may notice a minor loss of power at first, but a blown turbo will result in a significant drop. While the car's power will be affected, there should be no other handling issues. The turbocharger has no influence on steering or braking. If these conditions occur in conjunction with the power outage, something else may be wrong. Check engine light. The check engine light can illuminate for a variety of reasons. Still, if you're experiencing other bad turbocharger symptoms when the light comes on, you can connect the dots. You can pinpoint the exact problem using your code scanner. If you notice anything other than turbo codes, you should fix those first to avoid replacing unnecessary parts. Excessive exhaust smoke. As more oil enters the exhaust, you can expect more smoke. This smoke may appear gray or blue, whereas normal exhaust is usually colorless. There may also be a strange odor emanating from the exhaust smoke. However, there are numerous mechanical failures that can result this kind of issue, many of which are unrelated to the turbocharger. Smoke can also be caused by a blown head gasket, leaking valve seals, or internal engine failure. Reduced fuel economy. When the engine is optimized and running properly, you should be able to achieve normal fuel economy. However, anytime the engine is running rough or fails in some way, the fuel economy will suffer. The same is true when the turbocharger fails. Because the turbo is failing, air cannot pass through as efficiently as it should. The existing exhaust will also not adequately power the turbo. As a result, you will notice a decrease in fuel economy numbers. Burning or leaking oil. There will be oil leaking from the system as the turbocharger fails. The turbo, like the engine, requires oil to function. A worn turbo, on the other hand, may have a cracked gasket or seal. Furthermore, the turbo can crack, resulting in an oil leak. The oil leaking from the turbo will be burned. This dripping oil may not be visible on a visual inspection, but it can be burned up through the exhaust system, resulting in excessive smoke. Change in sound. The turbocharger will make some noise during normal operation. The noise should be soft and barely audible. As the turbo starts up, you may hear a soft whistling sound or a whooshing noise. If the sound begins to change, you may have a turbocharger problem. Something is wrong if it starts humming or rattling. You want it checked out before the problem worsens. Incorrect boost reading. You might not have a boost gauge in your vehicle. These are aftermarket parts that are typically installed on sportier vehicles. However, if you have one, it will provide you with a wealth of information regarding the turbo boost function. If the gauge indicates that the boost isn't holding or building properly, you know there's an issue. If you don't already have one, it might be worth installing one just for this reason. Replacement cost. A faulty turbocharger can cost between $1,000 and $4,500 to replace. The size of the vehicle and the cost of labor are two factors that influence the cost. Some models are far more user-friendly than others. If the mechanic has to remove several parts to get to the turbocharger, the repairs will be more expensive. A standard turbocharger should last the life of the vehicle. With proper maintenance, you should be able to get 100,000 to 150,000 miles out of the turbocharger. It is possible to drive your vehicle even if the turbo is damaged or blown. That doesn't mean you should keep driving. If the turbo impeller becomes damaged, it will be sucked into the engine, causing serious engine damage. The longer you drive with a blown turbo, the more likely it is that the engine will require repairs. It will already be costly to repair the turbocharger. You do not need to add engine repair to that bill. You will notice a decrease in power while driving. That's another reason we recommend stopping driving once you notice a problem and taking the vehicle to a mechanic. Hope the information was helpful for you. If so, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel.